A present from a hyena. That's the energy behind these cards when I felt the energy, Libra signs. Now, the cards we have on the board is Two of Swords and the Sun. What does that have to do with a hyena and a present? Well, the hyena is kind of like a very fake energy. The hyena like laughs when things aren't really funny. So they can be somebody who's very fake. And we have Two of Swords, which can be somebody which is a conversation. So this could be somebody who says things that aren't true, or gives presents, compliments, right, when they're not true for some reason. Now the Sun. This could just be, the Sun card is like being nice, being pleasant, and something that you do every day. So maybe this person is habitually fake, and you're dealing with somebody like that. Maybe you are like that, and the cards are calling you out. Let's pull more cards. We have the Seven of Cups, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Eight of Cups. Holy shit. This is kind of like saying, it's like when you see somebody who's wearing something awful, it's like in order to fill in the awkward silence, you're the person, Eight of Cups, Four of Swords, because you can't think of anything better to do. You're the one who says, wow, nice sweater, you know, when it's hideous, because it's just so awkward. That's the only thing you could do is be fake. Or that's how this person addresses that kind of a situation. On the bottom is King of Swords. So, it's like the King of Swords is like, I don't like it, really. It's the King of Swords says no. So the King is, again, this person says, yeah, they're like, oh, that's great, when they feel the opposite, when it's like, no, that's bad. They say things are good when things are bad, and it's because they just don't know how else to be. It's almost like they just want to get through the conversation, and they don't know how else to get through the conversation, and so they say some nicety to get through it rather than be honest. It's just how they know to behave in a social situation. Okay, let's pull Oracle cards, find out more information, and then we're gonna pull advice for you guys at the end. So, tell me more about this person, this hyena, who gives presents, this kind of fake person. But it's not because they're liars. It's not because they want to be fake. It's almost just because they don't know how else to behave in a social situation. The Nut, hold on. Tell me more about the hyena person, this reading. You know, it's funny. It's because it's for the sake of having something to say. It's for the sake of just having. It's almost like having a what do you call that? Catchphrase. It's almost like this person just wants to have a catchphrase, and so they say this because it like is a thing to do. So like, yeah, nice shirt, cool bro, you know, something like that is so superficial and it means nothing, and in fact a lot of times they mean the opposite, but they do it because it's like a shtick. They do it because it's a shtick, and they've done it before. It's kind of the way they've done things. That's it. All right, that's what these cards mean. I'm not gonna go into each one. That's what these cards mean. All right, let's pull some advice, because if you're dealing with someone like this, then how do you deal with somebody like this? If you are this person, then, you know, it's time to maybe look at that, because being nice all the time doesn't get you anywhere. Being real a lot of times gets you a lot farther than being nice. And that's what this is about, being real versus being nice for the sake of just having it be like a, hey, you know, like, cool, but it's like so superficial and meaningless. All right, advice. We've got 4 Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. Hold on, let me feel these cards for a sec. I'm getting a necklace, and it's more about a demonstration. It's more about being an example. Yeah, Hold on. There's something here about actually, okay, so this is talking about mentioning things when they are similar to your thing. It's like, rather than talk about anything or everything or mentioning this gimmicky thing to the person, it's like, let it be something that's actually relevant to you. You know, don't just always say, go up to somebody and say, cool car, and that's just something you say, or you're like, I don't know, it's like, don't do the same thing all the time. This is like, have your own thing that's yours, that you didn't take from somebody else. That's what this is. So like, this thing that this person does, it's almost like a catchphrase they took from a TV show, you know, and they've used it all the time because they got it from a TV show, they picked it up from a family member, they picked it up. And what the cards are saying is, have your own shtick. Have your own shtick. Four of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles, instead of having this superficial catchphrase type of thing that you picked up from somebody else. That's not even really who you are. It's just a nicety. It's just a social little, like, idiosyncrasy. It's a social idiosyncrasy. All right, let's see what we got at the Oracle. Anything else here for advice? Anything else? Okay. Oh, that's so funny. Say what is truly there. If somebody's, you know, if somebody looks like shit, well, guess what? You're not gonna tell them they look great. Say the thing they don't want to hear, left turn, right? The left turn is what you did not expect. It's like, say what is there. The chair is just what's there, what's sitting there. Say what's actually sitting there. And even if, left turn, if it's not what people expect or if they want what they wanted to hear. I mean, that's the advice. Because on the bottom is the King of Wands, because that is being the authentic you. That's giving your true authentic opinion, an expression of how you truly feel. Oh, okay. All right, and on the bottom of the Oracle deck, Uranus. So even if it shocks people, even if it's shocking to people, if you're like, wow, you look like shit. Wow, your pants are ugly. Wow, your ass crack's hanging out. Instead of being like, oh, nice belt. You know, or like, cool, cool threads, bro. You know, just saying something like that. All right. Libras, that is your reading. I hope you guys got something out of it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to follow, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support my channel, help it grow, all that stuff. And also check out Patreon. I've got more readings over there. With that, I'll see you next time.